a tale of two halves game here as number 3 Texas A&M travels to number 20 LSU and has to go into Death Valley at night. A lot of talk pregame about what the environment was going to be like.
Yeah, LSU 20-1 at night games under Brian Kelly.
Yep, 20-1, and that was what they needed to hold on to win this game. And for the first half, it kind of looked like maybe it was going to happen. A&M sloppy, multiple picks from Marcel Reed. They get the punt blocked for the safety. And it's like, I can't believe going into half, A&M, who for a large part of that first half, especially the first quarter, they're moving the ball well. They looked like the better team. But you're down going into half. And then A&M comes out at halftime and goes on a 35-0 run and just wipes the floor with LSU in Death Valley so bad that at the start of the fourth quarter, the fans have already cleared out so much that the A&M fans have all congregated around the A&M band, and the A&M players are going and celebrating with them essentially to start the fourth quarter. And there's A&M fans in the LSU student section chanting "Fire Brian Kelly" with the LSU students.
Yep.
And an LSU commit who is on a visit is in the A&M section doing war chants.
Yeah, the whatever the one that y'all do the swaying stuff.
Yeah.
Which that's my favorite one of the Colt chants.
Sure.
That was insane to see at the end of the game.
And there's the one lone LSU fan, double bird in the middle of it, just holding his ground emphatically.
I respect it.
That's where I want to
protect your home turf.
I want to start before we get more into the X's and O's is what this game means for A&M and LSU. It's a huge win for A&M. The first time since joining the SEC, we've won in Death Valley. It's a big statement.
Yeah.
And now we know that Brian Kelly's getting fired, so that's what's done it in for Brian Kelly.
Mike Elko.
Yeah, breaking
not
news
Mike
about
Elko,
Brian Kelly
but
getting fired. If you're watching this, we had
It's
it
another fired
first,
head
but you're
coach.
just watching it later. But we were the first to know. We're just reporting on the live stream.
Yeah.
So for those watching the video later, if you're watching tomorrow, we broke it first.
I wish we broke it first. That'd be really cool if we had those connections. But no, they had multiple meetings today. Sound like he's out the door. They have a team meeting at 8 p.m. Central Time.
Sheesh.
And it'll probably be official after that, but it's basically already been tweeted as official.
Wow.
Apparently, they told him to fire the OC in a meeting earlier today, and he said he'll fire the offensive line coach.
But
And
the tweet
then
I saw
walked out.
said he would fire the offensive line coach too, which I don't know. It's just I
They were
can't
gonna
wait
fire
till
him
we
anyway.
get
That's
more information
irrelevant.
to know what really happened.
It was just a true Brian Kelly unraveling, though, as A&M is building on the lead and the defense can't move the ball, or the LSU's offense can't move the ball, and they can't stop A&M. He's cussing out anyone he can find on the sideline from coaches or players, just being a complete ass, to be honest. There's just no accountability. And it was cinema to watch as an A&M fan, personally, from that. And it spirals. We can walk through, I guess, how the second half transpired for more context if you want to do that, JP.
I would actually love to talk about the first half.
Do that first, then.
Because I thought, obviously, the first half, for me, actually told the bigger story than the second half. And I will convey that in the length that I talk about the first half and the second half. The first half was just a story of LSU not taking advantage of momentum, which I thought was a critical part in this game. It's why I picked LSU to win this game, because in front of that crowd, momentum it's dangerous. It is so dangerous. It doesn't matter how the team is playing. The momentum behind that crowd will change the game. It did not, though, yesterday. The first drive, LSU starts with the ball. They're almost to midfield. Their left tackle doesn't even get his hands on Cassius Howell. It is a sack on second down. It's a long third. LSU is the punt. They were almost in field goal position. Marcel Reed, of course, has his long touchdown run, and then you have the trade as green drive, where I think he catches either 3 or 4 balls, catches the touchdown on 2 guys.
Yeah.
The crowd is back in it. The defense, with the crowd roaring once again in Death Valley, gives up a 10-play, 75-yard touchdown drive where A&M has conversions on 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 7. With that defense, with how well it had been playing at that point in the season, it was a shock. Honestly, a shock to see that happen. With the crowd roaring, too, I expected LSU to then take advantage of that, force a 3-and-out, and be right back in it.
Yeah.
The next drive, LSU has the ball. They're down 7. They're almost to midfield again. This time, the right tackle gets destroyed on second down, and it's another Cassius Howell sack, long 3rd down. They get the safety on special teams on the block punt. It's 14-9. Crowd's back in it. We're back in the game, roaring at Death Valley. LSU goes 3 and out. Marcel Reed drives down the field, throws an awful pick in the red zone, just doesn't see the defender whatsoever, assumes he can just play pitch and catch. LSU, to their credit, takes advantage of that momentum and goes down the drive and scores a touchdown. Okay, we scored the touchdown. We're right back in it. Okay, we'll just roll out. We'll kick the little 21-yard extra point. They missed the extra point. And so the momentum doesn't even like it. Missing extra points does such bad things for vibes.
Sure.
It does such bad things for vibes. It almost takes away the entire touchdown drive, how it felt. Mansour Delane makes an incredible play. Deflects the ball. Reed has thrown his second pick, and we have the ball at the plus 49, LSU that is. Big run by the freshman Barry, and then you have the viral moment from last night where you have just real questions on the play calling. You have the exchange that they catch on camera between Brian Kelly and his offensive coordinator, where he's asking, like, why the fudge are we running this with the clock and no timeouts? Yeah. They're forced into a field goal, and it's 14-18 after half. Crowd has to feel ecstatic considering how A&M was playing offensively at that point in the game.
Yeah.
A&M has the ball first. The crowd should be roaring. The defense should get a huge stop. We should be able to have the ball 14-18 with a 4-point lead and be able to drive down and score and take a bigger lead. Nope. A&M goes 9 plays, 56 yards for a touchdown with conversions again on 2 third downs, one for 1 yard and 4 yards, so not as long. Of course, all started, though, with a big kick return by Terry Bussey.
Yep.
21-18, no big deal. We'll respond. Our offenses should be at least our best part. Garrett Nussmeier is going to respond against this defense. 3 and out. Okay, it happens. Our defense is our calling card this year. We're going to respond with defense. The defense doesn't even get a chance to get on the field because it's a kick return touchdown for Casey Concepcion, and it was over at that point. LSU did not take advantage of the momentum at all. In the second half, A&M in the second half had 5 touchdowns on 5 drives. They did not score on one of them, but they only had 5 drives because one of the drives was a punt return touchdown.
Yeah.
They had 1 punt in the second half. LSU, their first 5 drives of the second half are 24 yards, 4 punts, and a turnover on downs.
Yeah.
Michael Van Buren, former Mississippi State Bulldog, not a Bulldog legend, has the scoring drive
And no one
at the end of the
celebrates
game, and no
because
one
it's so
cares.
over.
No one celebrates because no one is in the game.
Yeah.
Just a complete failure to take advantage of momentum and what is argued by some the best home field advantage in the sport. And Gig'em and the Aggies and Mike Elko get to 8-0 and win a game in Death Valley. You get embarrassed for the second year in a row in your home stadium against an SEC opponent, and that might actually be the reason he got fired.
Probably.
On top of everything that had already been occurring.
I completely agree.
Diabolical.
And I think the thing I'm going to say is I don't think it should be too shocking they were unable to take advantage of momentum because the team just isn't good enough. Yeah. Like, even when A&M was making these bad plays, it was like, well, A&M's the better team, so they're going to be the team that is actually going to respond to the negative swing of momentum and go get the 3 and out after the blocked punt. And the offense is going to bounce back after the Marcel Reed picks and not get rattled. And then we're going to come out in the second half where Mike Elko basically told them, you're the better team, why are y'all beating yourself? And they stopped beating themselves in the second half. How many passes do you think Marcel Reed threw in the second half?
13.
7.
3.
Diabolical.
He threw 3 second-half passes, and we did that in
That's
Death
crazy.
Valley to LSU. And that is crazy is the right response because that should not happen. And A&M deserves all the praise for being able to do that, and it shows how far they've come and the way they're trending, as much as it also shows how far LSU has fallen and that they're trending the opposite way of A&M. One of Brian Kelly's first moves, and I'm sure you've seen this, has been all over social media, getting to LSU was firing the strength and conditioning coach that had been there and won 3 national titles with them. Been there through multiple head coaches. Fires him, he packs his bags, leaves in the rain. A&M hires him. He takes a photo on the field with his family after the game.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Apparently, he brought a tackling bag into practice this week with a picture of Brian Kelly's face on it.
That's awesome.
And the difference in physicality between the two teams showed, and it's been a trend we've talked about for LSU. It's almost like Brian Kelly nuked his LSU tenure from the start because he's not a culture fit. He doesn't get what LSU is about. But an unreal win from A&M. The offense has now scored 40-plus points in 4 straight road games, which is tied for the longest streak in SEC history. You dropped 40 in Death Valley, 40 at Notre Dame, 40 in Fayetteville, and then you dropped 40 at Auburn last year on the Plains. It's a great stretch. This offense is for sure legit. Defense isn't necessarily locked down, but yet again, LSU is 2 for 13 on third down, and you're now holding SEC opponents to 15% on third down conversions. And that number is probably not going to hold up because how in the world has it even held up this long?
I could.
But I think it shows what the play calling is and what Mike Elko and Jay Bateman do defensively to put our athletes in positions to win. It's pretty remarkable to watch. It's so fun. It's just nice to have a team with dogs and have guys like Casey Concepcion that can return that punt.
Yeah.
And even on the 3rd and 7 on our second drive when he catches the ball and it's Mansour Delane try and tackle him 4 yards in front of the stick, and he just puts his foot in the ground and cuts back the other way and then turns up field and gets 15 more yards.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. There's no Le'Veon Moss. Well, your true freshman running back catches a screen pass for a 30-yard touchdown and then destroys the guy on a spin move to get into the end zone later in the game. Just remarkable what Elko's done in year 2, getting the team to play this way, bringing in the talent required. Not that that's the hardest thing to do at A&M. It's kind of been that's been our calling card is talent and no success. But the talent was admittedly a little drained when Elko got there because of where Jimbo left it.
Yeah.
But just unreal. Surreal feelings. And now LSU has fired their coach, and they have to figure out what they're going to do next and who they're going to hire. And if you all have any thoughts on that, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be... Yeah, I said at one point that I wanted to go back and look at the wildest coaching carousels we've seen. I don't think really that's necessary anymore. Even with a goldfish memory that I have, I don't think that there's a coaching carousel that has had this many job openings, big job openings. Penn State, LSU, Florida now open, Auburn that we expect to come open. That's just to name a few. It is insane. Rumors about Sark's agent letting NFL teams know that he is open to go to the NFL.
Yeah.
Which he shut down the presser, but of course he did. Yeah,
okay.
And post game.
Yeah. That'll just be something to keep an eye on.
100%.
It's insane. The Virginia Tech job, not to leave that one out.
Yeah.
But like that. Sorry, I mean, if we're gonna I'll take this graphic down if we're gonna talk about coaching.
We'll do anything more on that game.
Oh,
before
sorry. Did you, JP? Go ahead.
No, but I do want to. Yes, actually, that's a lie.
But I want to talk about it.
I'm calling my shot. I think Trez Green is gonna be a star tight end down the road. He's not a good basketball player. He plays on the basketball team, if you didn't know. But he's going to be a star tight end down the road.
He moves so well at the size he has.
Yeah, he's so athletic.
It's unreal. He's their best weapon.
The tight end play in college football this year has been incredible.
Yeah. Thank goodness LSU has no offensive line.
Yeah.